Welcome to the Virtual Strategic Solutions Virtual Reality Simulation System. Accessing Legacy Dataset. Files loaded. Simulation ready. After the first Battle of Hoover Dam, Mr. House knew that as soon as either the NCR or the Legion became victorious at the dam, they would turn their attention to New Vegas. In an attempt to stop this and allow the city to remain under his control, he had Victor hire a courier to retrieve his platinum chip, a data storage device capable of upgrading the city's defense systems and activating a massive army of Securitrons. This would give House the ability to single-handedly crush the Legion and intimidate the NCR into a retreat. However, the leader of the chairmen, Benny, learned of this plan and ambushed House's courier outside of Goodsprings, shooting them in the head and leaving them for dead in a shallow grave, taking the platinum chip and throwing House's plans into disarray. The courier survived, however, and began a journey to the New Vegas Strip to find Benny and get revenge, in the process of learning the true purpose of the platinum chip and its power. The courier was faced with the choice of either giving the chip to House or destroying the Securitron army, or even using it to create an army of their own. The courier's journey attracted the attention of the NCR and the Legion, both wanting such an influential individual on their side. Also in preparation, the courier traveled the land looking for other tribes and factions to ally with. The courier's role in the battle depended greatly on which faction they sided with. If the courier sided with House or Yes Man, the battle played out in a similar fashion, both involving the activation of the Securitron army. From there, the courier was forced to fight their way across the dam and into the Legion camp. The NCR questline had the courier perform the same basic task, fighting through enemy forces to get to the Legion camp on the other side of the dam. While traversing the dam, any aid the courier had enlisted would have been acted upon by the corresponding faction. Once the courier reached the other side of the dam and entered the Legate's camp, they would face off against Legate Lanius. The resulting confrontation would either have had the courier fight and kill the Legate, or solve the confrontation diplomatically. After dealing with the Legate, the courier returned to the main gate, at which point General Lee Oliver and his men destroyed it. If siding with the NCR, Oliver would have congratulated the courier. However, if siding with Yes Man or Mr. House, the courier would have been forced to confront General Oliver, either fighting and killing Oliver and his men, or solving the issue through diplomacy. If the courier sided with the polar opposite, the Legion, the battle played out in a similar fashion to the battle involving the courier siding with the NCR, only it would play out in reverse. The courier started at the Legate's camp and then fought their way across the dam to reach the NCR's position, confronting General Oliver. Once again, the courier was forced to choose between killing the general or convincing him to leave through diplomacy. The details of the battle at Hoover Dam are unclear, however. The fighting was not just limited to that relatively small location. Violence engulfed the entire Mojave wasteland as Caesar's Legion and its allies attacked NCR targets and locations across the region with varying levels of success. The Omertas potentially stage a coup on the New Vegas Strip, successfully doing so by wreaking havoc with lethal gas bombs if the courier aided them in finalizing their plans. If the courier did not finish aiding them, yet failed to stop them instead, the coup still occurred, but was stopped by the coalition of the chairman, White Gloves, Securitrons, and NCR MPs. If the courier thwarted the Omertas, the coup never happened, and the NCR embassy was bombed in turn, likely by the Legion's Frumentarii, in an attempt to cause at least some disruption after their initial plan failed. If the courier did not complete I Put a Spell on You, the Legion spy at Camp McCarran executes their plan to bomb and destroy the base's monorail connecting to the Strip. If the Omertas were able to stage their coup, this prevented the NCR from sending more reinforcements to help stop them, and more casualties likely occurred as a result. Riots broke across New Vegas outside of the Strip. In Freeside in particular, the Kings worsened the damage by launching targeted attacks on the NCR in and around the area, if the courier dealt with previous hostilities between them and the NCR by escalating tensions into an all-out war. On the other hand, if a formal truce was formed or tensions were eased without a formal truce, the gang likely assisted the NCR in calming the riots in Freeside or simply did not contribute to the rioting respectively. The state of the fiends plays the most significant part in the outcome of these riots. If all 4 leaders died prior to the battle, preventing their potential assault on McCarran, the NCR there were able to divert far more troops to successfully quell the rioting. Camp Forlorn Hope was attacked by the Legion. If the courier did nothing for either side, the Legion was able to take it with some difficulty, with some NCR troops managing to retreat. If Alpha Squad of 1st Recon was present, or the courier managed to solve the camp's many problems, the NCR soldiers were able to defeat the attack with very few casualties. If the courier aided the Legion, the camp was totally overrun. If the courier solved the camp's problems and Alpha Squad of 1st Recon was present, then the engagement was such a crushingly one-sided NCR victory that an officer says it will surely be the most decisive victory in this entire battle. Camp Golf was attacked by the Legion. If the courier did nothing for either side, the NCR Rangers defeated the Legion, throwing back their attack with moderate casualties. If the courier trained the Misfits, the Legion was defeated more easily, with the Misfits distinguishing themselves. If the courier aided the Legion, then the camp fell, and Chief Hanlon and the other Rangers stationed there were killed, many by crucifixion. Novak was attacked by the Legion. If the courier did nothing, the townspeople fended off the Legion, but many of Novak's citizens died in its defense, leaving it vulnerable in the following days when it was ravaged by feral ghouls. If instead the courier aided the Bright Brotherhood in starting their pilgrimage, they returned to help the citizens restore the town following the attack, allowing Novak to survive. If the courier aided the Legion, the civilian population was eventually massacred following persistent Legion attacks. Simulation completed. Please exit the pod or have a technician select another file.